Okay, 1934, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score there. Opponent, 2,100 games of Rapid already, that's a lot. So well done for that. I'm just going to challenge the centre here and try and develop. Probably stick to my normal Reti principle, bishop on the diagonal, but obviously depends what my opponent does. Okay, they have got an excellent connection there. They're just going to challenge the centre, I would guess here. Let's just develop and we'll probably take a d4. So it'll maybe just transpose into a normal regular d4 game, this one. But we'll play d4 to try and challenge this pawn push. I could still do this, or I can just go a more conventional way with e3 and the bishop along this diagonal somewhere. I quite like this natural setup though. It fits in with the Reti opening just as a principle very well, but obviously this is not really a Reti opening anymore now. It's then deciding, do you bring this bishop out first, then pawn up? That's a good principle, but obviously you do have issues like this. And generally queen down, it's a good principle to meet a queen with a queen, just as a broad principle. But what I want is just essentially get this bishop up somewhere, castle, and then worry about the rest of the game. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, opponent's thinking unusually long here, aren't they, for a first few moves in a game. Just check the number of games played there. They must be connected to the game, because otherwise I would get a message up saying that they've left the game and do you want to claim a victory? So they might be looking at this sort of idea. I'm just going to stick to general principles here, try and get this bishop up and castle, and then hope my position is okay. So knight in could be a problem. I could play bishop up immediately, or I could go here to charge this bishop. So bishop here, if you come in now, I just take. If you take, I take. Knight down, sorry, I can then throw a check in and you'll have to drop your knight back. So bishop here looks nice to me. It's a very natural development move, so I'm going to play it. So knight forward, now I just come here. So it's kind of quite symmetrical, isn't it? But at least we've got castling done. So I can look at this idea, or I can try and blast the centre and risk having isolated pawn. But I think I like the idea of that. I'm going to risk it. This is a bit risky to do this. This is not without risk to do. I'm giving myself an isolated pawn just to try and open things up and break complete symmetry. Okay, so bishop up. Here or here are the natural squares. I could go here as well and challenge this bishop. What's he going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. Challenge the bishop directly. And I'm just trying to then free up the rooks to come more in the centre of the board and try not to blunder my outer pawns. So that's double attacked and double defended. Then I just want the rooks. I'm not sure which one wants to go where. I think pawn up here is very natural. Then rook across, rook across. Can I sack either of these though? Here, takes, back, takes, takes. Get attacking. I don't think that actually does much. Let's push the pawn for now so we don't burn all the clock. But which rook do I put here? I'm going to gamble and put this rook across. It means this pawn is a target. I'm going to take a risk, I think. I might try and go on the king side while he's stacking the queen side. Might do, might do. I might sack one or both of these pawns just to go for some counterplay. It could be really bad, of course. Knight up probably just simply runs into knight takes, I would imagine. And then I'll have to give up an exchange. I don't see any tricks there, so I don't have that. I can look at rook up and double up, but I'm always vulnerable to this pawn push. Black's got a more solid structure. So it's not without risk, this. Not without a lot of risk. Oh, he's just hung his rook. What the heck? He just simply hung the rook. I wonder if he meant to go here and he's done a mouse slip. He's just simply hung the rook. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Well, I'll put it through the analyzer anyway, just because I put that through every game through the analyzer in exactly the same way. But it's just a one-move blunder. It doesn't really matter what it says, does it? It doesn't really matter what this says, but at this stage I don't know if I'm even going to feature the game, of course, so I'll just check it in the same way that I check every game, make sure I've not blundered in the opening, or if I have, try and learn from it. No, it's just a perfectly normal game, and then there's a one move blunder, and that's it. You know, so the figures have been completely skewed. So the figures would have been pretty identical, but for that rook move at the end there. 93% versus 62%, CPL 13 and 43, but for that one move though, the figures would have been essentially identical, so it's just a one move slip here. You see their opponent's probably meant to go rook d4, rook up, rook across, and it's a decent position for black. We're on the defensive, but we're going to then try and just push on this side and create something, take a little bit of a risk. Could easily backfire. It is what it is, so I'm not sure if I'll feature this game yet, but it is what it is.